Scranton Prep basketball girls. Bob Beviglia with us. Coach, let's talk about this season and winning a championship at the arena again.
Yeah, that never gets old, John. It's the fifth since I've been at Prep, but really for this group of kids, it's their first. Collins and Caffarella played last year. We came up a point short against Dunmore. And then we have sophomores and a junior who really were not significant pieces of that team last year. And now they had the opportunity to go down there, play against Wyoming area, and I thought we played very well in a tough environment to play in.
Let's talk about, your formula there at Scranton Prep. Is it, hey, we're going to play tough defense and then the offense will come as the season goes, or we're going to work out our offense in the offseason and just kind of make sure that defense is always there?
Yeah, we're fortunate, John, in that we have kids who are talented offensively, and so our focus is always on the defensive end. We feel like if we can pressure teams in the full court and when we need to shut teams down in the half court, that's always going to be the recipe. We've prided ourselves on holding teams in the low 30s, high 20s, and we're good enough offensively that if we can do that, generally we're going to be successful. But as you mentioned, a lot of our offense comes directly as a result of us turning people over, putting pressure on, forcing them into uncomfortable situations.
Let's talk about finishing at the basket. Often you see teams, whether it's on the high school or the college level at some point, they may make those steals, they may be able to penetrate, but, finishing layups are so important. Talk about those reps over and over.
I say to them all the time, in close games and big games, it's always layups and free throws. And those are the things that people will always point at when it comes, down to the end of a game. And so we work at that. And it's something that, you're right, it's an acquired skill. Kids have been shooting layups from the time they're 4 or 5 years old. But sometimes I always say you shoot layups with your eyes, and sometimes, they don't put their eyes up to where their target is, and as a result, they miss easy shots. But I think we've done a pretty good job generally, John, of when we turn people over and we get opportunities to finish and take advantage, we do that.
Now this week is kind of game planning week. It's not necessarily, hey, we're going to, hit the gym hard. It's more of, at this point of the year, you're fine-tuning a lot of the things.
Yeah, everything now is game specific. So we're getting ready to play on Saturday, and right now we're kind of in no man's land because we don't know who our opponent is. We'll know that tomorrow night. But once I know that, the next 3 practices, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, will all be geared towards that opponent. And then should we be lucky enough to win on Saturday, we'll get 2 more practices before the next one. The turnaround becomes really, really quick. And so you kind of have to adjust, and I count on my staff a great deal to help the kids get ready. And we're very fortunate that we have great assistant coaches who are knowledgeable and who are dedicated to what we're trying to do. But you're right, everything that we're going to be doing now, John, there's not really a whole lot new that's going to go in. I mean, we put in a new press break today, but other than that, we're going to kind of develop the things that we've already been doing throughout the course of the year.
Let's talk about the opponents in the conference this year, preparing you for where you're at this point, winning a district championship and now into the state playoffs.
Abington and Scranton are in our league, both 5A schools. Both of them qualified for the state tournament. Abington lost to Pittston area. Scranton lost to Pittston area as well. 2 very good teams that, we played combined 4 times and had 4, competitive games with. I thought that playing against those teams and how well coached they are gives us a leg up as opposed to some other teams who maybe play weaker league schedules. We know we're going to be challenged in our league, and I thought we did a pretty good job of challenging ourselves in the non-league. We went to Jersey and played Red Bank Catholic, who's probably the 2nd best team in the entire state. We played Villa Maria Academy, one of the best 5A schools in Pennsylvania. And not to mention Valley West, who's the 6A champ, and Dunmore, who's the 3A champ. So we've played a lot of really, really good basketball teams, and I think that'll serve us well here down the stretch.
Well, congratulations on a great season, and we wish you the best in states.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it.